Today I am going to show you how to create a new project in Final Cut Pro X, import footage to events, and how to begin cutting footage for your first project in broadcasting. So first things first, when you log into your computer, your desktop may look a little bit like mine, a little bit messy, but what you want to look for is the Final Cut Pro icon. Now mine is at the bottom of my screen. If you don't see it right away, you may need to go to your Finder and go into Applications and look for Final Cut Pro. But again, it's going to be this clapper icon. Now when you click on this, it may take a few moments for it to load. Final Cut is a pretty big program. And is often holding a lot of footage for your different projects, so sometimes it can take a little bit to load up. So this is what you will see when you log into Final Cut. Usually you will see the first or last project that you had up and working on when you log in. Final Cut saves everything automatically, so there's no save button, so usually when you open it up, it's whatever you last worked on is what you're going to see. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is create a new project. Similar to when you make a new Word document for a paper, you're going to go to File, New, and Project. When you click on this, a pop-up will come up. It will ask you to create a name for your project. I like to name mine the name of my name, Miss Orr, Rebecca Orr, and the name of the project that I'm working on. So I'm going to call this Man on the Street project. It's going to ask you to put this project with an event. We'll work on that later. For now, you can just keep whatever Final Cut has in there for you already and hit OK. Once you hit OK, you'll know you're in your project because it will say the name that you just created right here in the middle of the screen, and you will have a blank sequence bar. So that's how you make a new project. Now, in order to import footage into Final Cut Pro X, there are two ways you can do this. You can go to File, Import, and Media, or you can click on this little down arrow button. Now, when you do either of these things, the same box is going to pop up. This is going to be our media import window. Okay, and if you look over to the left-hand side where it says cameras, I'm going to look for my SD card and try to find the footage that I want for my Man on the Street video. Now, some of these SD cards are used by other classes. As you can see, there is a soccer project that somebody was working on in the advanced class. Make sure you don't delete any of the footage from another team. You know, we don't know if they're done with their project or not. So I would just do your best to try to locate what is yours. Now, to import your footage, you are going to click on the different clips that you want. So this looks like it's for a Man on the Street project. So I'm going to highlight everything I want. And over here on the right-hand side, I am going to go to either add to existing event or create a new event. Events are like folders that hold the footage that you're going to use for your project. It's just a way to help keep you organized. So I already have an event called Man on the Street footage. Okay, you could also create a new event and rename it. It's up to you. But once you decide where you're putting your footage, you're going to go ahead and hit Import Selected. Now, before you eject your SD card, you want to make sure that everything is properly imported, and you get this nice pop-up up here that says Import Complete. Once you see that, it'll be safe to eject your SD card, and you won't lose any of your footage. So the last thing that we're going to talk about is how you go about cutting and bringing your footage down to the main sequence of your project. Final Cut works in a drag and drop method. So when I find a clip that I want, I pick it up and drag it down here with my mouse. And if I want to cut anything, there are two ways that I can do this. If I wanted to make this clip a little bit shorter, I could either drag my footage like this, or I could go over here, grab a blade, and put a cut in my footage. then go back, grab my arrow, and delete what I want to delete. So that is how you make a new project, a new event, import your footage, and cut clips in Final Cut Pro X. And we will talk more next time.